Welcome back to the Silver Arrows. The Order of Silver Arrows. I don't know. I don't know what I named this series. I'm once again joined by... I'm Eric Scott, and I'm once again joined by a lot of the people from last time. Jonathan playing Arungundir.
Yeah.
Meg playing Torvi.
Yay!
Ilana playing Jewel. And Adam playing Mark Zuckerberg.
Hello.
Tyler will join us as Karina again soon, and possibly Julian as Betch. Reader Maddie and Gwen cannot join us today. And we are rejoined by Jordan as Zafrab.
Hello.
Yay!
He's come back.
Who was spirited away by Mordenkainen on matters of cosmic importance.
I wonder what happened.
I don't know.
It's just like this weird guy shows up, and you're like, you. Who?
So last we left off, you guys had defeated some Frost Giant Everlasting Ones. On behalf of the Stone Giant tribe of Steinheim. You returned home, secure that you had at least taken an ally away from King Snur, as far as, you know, at least, like, them not fighting alongside him.
So yeah.
And you returned and the Great Swapping Meet was in full blast. But you've managed to catch it, you know. It won't be happening for too much longer, but, you know, you arrived. You guys did a wrestling match and other stuff. Meg wasn't there and Zafrab wasn't there. So we're gonna make it so that they can partake in that. So Zafrab, it has been many days. It's been at least like a week, maybe a little bit more. You're not entirely sure, but you've gotten your full rest. And you are teleported, and you wind up in Mordenkainen's backyard, essentially. In Nutwood. Both of you are tired and worn out and have many new scars.
What?
Or a few, at least. Yeah, he steps out, he's like, and you see he has his teleportation circle in essentially like a tool shed. I guess he doesn't trust people to be able to teleport inside his tower.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, okay. Let's never do that again.
No, it's not.
Alright, thank you very much for that help.
Yeah.
Couldn't done it without you. Well, I could have, but it would have been significantly harder. Thank you, Zafrab.
Stupid ants.
You have your shop to run, you have your friends, you deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sleep for like a week.
Yeah. Maybe I could afford the same. But maybe I can. So you can just take a break for a while. Alright.
Yeah,
Well,
that'd be nice.
yeah. Alright, we'll see you. And then I'm gonna head off.
Yep, you head off.
I guess I'll first go to my shop
Yeah, you go to your shop.
and go inside it.
Yeah, you go inside, and I think it's possibly a little later in the day. You know, the sun is not quite down, but it's getting there.
Alright, I'm,
Sunset is approaching.
I'm going to...
Your dad is like kind of closing up for the day.
Yeah.
Peepers is with you. Peepers is also very tired.
Go into my room, just fall on my bed.
Yep. You just collapse. Don't change or nothing. Just like wine-soaked clothes. Collapse. It's like, hey son, you missed it. The Great Swapping Meet is happening.
What's that?
It's a big old trading thing that the Fearbolgs be doing.
Alright,
Goliaths and the Centaurs.
I guess I'll go check that out. Alright.
Got myself some tube socks. Pretty cheap.
Hold on, I can hold this for a second.
I'm gonna get up and I guess I'll go.
But you're tired. You do what you want to do.
Just hobble over.
Yeah, you hobble over. Okay. Well, how's Zafrab looking? Like, otherwise, anything new?
He's got two.
You can
eye
think it
patches.
over if you need time.
I'll take
All right. Yeah. Torvi, you arrive with the rest of your crew, Ro and Jewel, and this new and Arungandir and the rest of the ragged band of misfits, and the order that you slew giants with recently. And you've arrived, and in a rush, Arungandir headed back to this great swapping meet, and everyone has disassembled, and they're all going around trading. You see Schmivel Dwarf trying to get like exotic spices and whatnot. You see Ro talking to Old Mudfoot, and Old Mudfoot has like a bunch of like roots and stuff that he appears to be trading, but also some jars of like pickles and stuff. You see many other things happening. You know, there's like a wrestling ring that's been built up, but yeah, just like Goliath warriors and tribal, you know, peoples like mothers walking around, you know, Firbolg tribes people walking around, centaurs are going around. They have like some of them in varying, you know, they all look very different. There's a lot of furs and whatnot, but some of the centaurs just aren't wearing anything. One or two have bits of armor.
Mhm.
A lot of bows.
Okay.
A lot of people are just talking, gossiping, getting news about the world.
First, I'm gonna go up to Old Mudfoot, and I'm gonna be like, "What's going on here? Like, what are you selling?"
Well, I got some pickles. Those are pretty good. And we got the Allure root. Which is that's some Vision Quest shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Road's kind of in the background, wandering around.
Yeah, Ro just like took a mouthful of some of the root, and is just walking around like wide-eyed. It's like supposed to brew it into tea. That's worth noting.
Right. Okay. How much are you supposed to brew into tea, and how much did he take?
He doesn't take too much. He's a tough boy, and he seems he's getting the full effects of it anyways.
Right.
Keep an eye on him.
I've got one of those. If we're real careful, I could grow this into a lot of them.
Okay. I may take you up on that a little bit later.
You could sell drugs for lots of money. It's a good market.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me do some other business. Thank you, Mudfoot. No, I'm talking to Mudfoot now. I said thank you to Mudfoot.
You're welcome.
And and then I go over to some of the other people. I look at the bows.
Yeah, there's some nice bows.
Do any of them have like flowers on them and stuff, like engraved in them?
No.
No, they're
Let's say
just
no.
plain bows.
There's some plain bows. Some they don't really have much
decoration.
decoration. The centaur dude who's wood, or you know, it'd probably be a Firbolg. It's a Firbolg who's worked on these bows, and they're very fine. This Firbolg woodworker.
Okay.
But like otherwise, like yeah, they're very nice. They're very well done, but they don't have a lot of decoration.
Okay. I move on. Okay, are there any, like, flower vendors?
There's definitely people selling herbs and stuff, and flowers are mixed in with those.
Okay, I will go up to one of them.
Yeah, it's a centaur woman.
Okay, and I'll be like, I'll point to the flower in my hair, and I'll be like, hey, so I know this flower is unusual, at least in this area. Do you have any seeds that bloom these flowers, or Any flowers like this?
No, I don't have any blossom seeds.
Hmm. Do you know where they're native to?
She points, must say, west. It's like western part of the continent.
Okay. Thank
More
you.
in the Slavarian hills.
Oh. Okay.
Some of the islands also off the coast.
Thank you.
Anything else? I remember you wanted dyes was another thing you talked
Yes.
about.
I go and I look for dyes.
Yeah, no, you can find dyes. There's a dude selling dyes.
Yeah. I look for some pink and or reddish dyes.
Yeah, no, he has that. He has all the colors.
Yeah.
We'll say there's another centaur.
Yeah.
But this one's a man.
I get some pink for my armor.
And what are you trading it for? What do you got?
Would you like calligrapher's plaques?
Yeah, sure. That's enough.
Okay.
He'll trade it for something else probably.
Okay. And in addition to that dye, does he have hair dyes?
Yeah, fuck it. Sure.
Okay. So,
You don't really need it. Your hair is now sort of naturally red and black somehow.
I know. Okay. So, I don't need to... Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Then I'm gonna look for some war paint.
Okay, yeah, no, I think he has war paints too.
So, did that go in with that transaction?
Sure.
Okay.
You can erase calligrapher's tools.
Okay.
The ones you never used.
I know. So then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look for some
At that point, as you're wandering around, you see Zafrab. And what is he looking like? He looks very tired, I know that much.
A bit tired, like his clothes are a bit more worn, and he has a leather glove on his right hand. Anyways, yeah, he has a real left boot now.
Whoa.
Wait, it's a different one from the one he painted?
Yes.
Okay. So he's wearing two mismatched boots now?
No, he managed to find one that, he got all new boots.
He got a new pair of boots.
Yes. New boots all around. I'll see if I can look around the swap meet.
Yeah, so Zafrab is back.
Alright.
You see him.
Zafrab.
Huh? What?
Hello.
Oh,
You look a bit worse for wear.
well,
I'm gonna peek over.
World's
Hey,
for the better,
Zafrab,
I guess.
you look horrible. What happened?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay. Do you need anything?
Well, I could probably use a crystal ball.
I go and look for a crystal ball.
I have a shiny ball. I don't know what it is, but it's shiny.
It needs to be relatively expensive.
Oh.
Probably not this
I'm sorry. I can't do that for you.
Alright.
how expensive, actually.
1,000 gold.
Yeah, no, I can't do that for you, honey.
This is why I gave you guys a big ass ruby. So you have money for shit like that.
How much was it?
It was a 5,000 gold ruby.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
so then wait, was that? Yeah, that was the one that.
It's the one Karina has,
Yeah, that we were splitting.
which hasn't been turned into monetary value just yet.
So we'll just see what's around the swamp meet. So I'll look around.
Yes.
See what kind of.
Make sure to speak up.
Yeah, I'll look around, see what kind of things are that the swamp meet has for sale.
Yeah, no, they got lots of things. They got a lot of rare, like, ingredients and herbs and other things. Some things you could use for alchemy, perhaps.
Yeah, I'll look at those.
Other things, just like exotic spices for cooking, weapons, things from different parts of the continent. You know, there's some dwarven-made stuff. Some of it is just like nice little home things or traveling things. Some of it is, you know, useful for everyday use or for medicinal use.
What kind of weapons?
Weapons, as far as weapons, you see like the normal assortment, you know, of like axes and swords and daggers and whatnot. Some of them are obviously human-made, some are dwarven-made. The Goliaths appear to trade with dwarves and other races from time to time and have some neat stuff. The Firbolgs have their own weapons. They forge these massive axes and swords.
Then I guess I'll look at like the ingredients and alchemist supplies.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. You check that out. And is there anything in particular you're looking for, or are we just going, say, general stuff?
Just general stuff.
General stuff that strikes your eye. You find like a monster eyeball, and you're like, "Ooh, I've been looking for something like this."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you find some good stuff, and we will, without being too specific, say that the next time you want to make a potion or magic item, you have a bunch of the stuff, enough of the stuff without having to go on 5 million side quests.
Okay.
You might just have to go after one important thing.
Alright.
I would like to look around and see if they have any high quality wigs.
Wigs.
Wigs. Something that looks like it was real hair once. Like from a real person.
I think centaurs are pretty, like, genetically have a lot of hair to go around, so they don't really need wigs. Same with the Firbolg, and I think the Goliaths don't care, since the males are just sort of naturally bald, so I don't think there's a wig shop here.
Okay.
One day, maybe.
One other thing I'm gonna look for is, do they have books here?
I think there's one Firbolg off to the side who has books and carrying cases for them, but he isn't getting a lot of business.
Alright, I'll go up to him. I'll be like, what kind of books do you have?
We have many books. We got books on gardening, books about wildlife, books about the different areas of the world. It's like, are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, I'll take the book about the areas of the world, and if you have a book on the Feywild, that would be interesting to me too.
He starts looking around his shelves like, let's see. Here, this might be of interest to you.
Would you like,
And he puts a book down on the corner that is titled, Examinations of the Fae by Ziram Sticky Widget. Probably a gnome.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
I say, I have these wonderful pants that I got.
They are Firbolg size.
Show me the pants.
Okay. And
What-
I pull out Aurungandir's pants.
What did we say that the pants from your Feywild makeover looked like?
They were like,
Weren't they tight leather pants or something like that?
Were
um,
they parachute pants?
They were leather pants.
no, they were like, weren't they like weren't they like the yellow or the purple fur?
I don't think we gave Aurungandir the purple fur pants.
Oh no, we didn't. I wanted to so bad. What did we do? Did we give him the Did we give him the tight yellow pants?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was the tight yellow pants.
Okay, all right. Then they're the tight yellow pants.
Son of a bitch.
And I say, these looked really good on the long thing, but
Make-
he didn't.
Make a
didn't want
persuasion
them.
check, because these are some loud ass pants.
I mean, Firbolg.
I truly believe this, that they looked good on
I
him.
know. Make a persuasion check. So that he can truly believe it, possibly.
Can I use my honor
No.
score? That was a 9.
I realize you. Okay, he's like,
Those kind of hurt my eyes.
I could give you one of the books for it, but not both. It's this older Firbolg man with little circle glasses.
Alright, I'll take the book on the Feywild.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna walk over to the book place.
Yep, you see the pants.
I shudder. Enjoy those. Got any books on giants?
People spitting everywhere. Everyone who was in earshot.
Got any books on the big people?
Yeah, we got a few books on them.
What do you got?
Well, we have this one. There's one called Giants and You, and it's got a little picture on the cover of like a little human person being picked up by a giant and in terror. It's like we got some fairy tale type stuff, and there's some stuff that like children's type books that you recognize. That may or may not be useful. And another scholarly one about giants.
I'd like that one.
Alright.
Oh,
Any other books you have? Well, let me ask you first. I'm gonna have the flail snail's shell.
You don't have it anymore.
No, I don't. Do I?
You traded it to Old Mudfoot
I did.
for Karina's drugs.
I say,
I'm so nice.
if you give him the the big people book, and me the other book, would you like this violin?
You just got the violin.
I
You already
know.
trading it?
But
You-
I can't use it.
You give up on things, learning new things so quickly.
Well, okay, would you like these mason tools? Mason's tools.
Mason's tools are also from rune scribing, weren't they? God damn it, Torby. It's like, yeah, we can do that.
Thank you. And enjoy those pants. I'm sure they'll look wonderful on them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at him like, yo, go ahead, walk around the village in those.
I'm gonna trade them to a Goliath.
You, a Goliath I could picture wearing that. They don't care what they look like. at
Unless,
all.
is there anything else?
Yes, I would like to see if I can find a pearl to use for identify, so I can finally use the spell.
Yes, we'll say you do that.
Right.
How much does that cost you?
100. I have a jet gem that's cost 100.
Oh yeah, you trade the jet for the pearl. Absolutely. If there's nothing else, I kind of wanted that to go quicker, and we can get right to the next thing.
Let's do it.
Wait, I have two things real quick.
You want to do a thing? Do a thing.
One, are there any shiny trinkets?
There are absolutely shiny trinkets.
Just like little cheap ones.
Oh yes, absolutely. This is swap meet.
I want one.
Okay, yeah, you can get a shiny trinket. There's like a Goliath lady selling trinkets.
While she's doing that, can I quickly do the ritual for detect magic to just wander around and see if anything blips up on my radar?
Yeah, you take 10 minutes to do the ritual for detect magic,
Shake your maracas.
and you're walking around, and most things people are selling are mundane. As you pass by some of your cohorts, you see some of them are glowing with stuff. A Rungandir's hammer gives off a blue glow, or a blue-yellow glow. Torvi positively lights up. Her swords, her cloak,
A ring.
a ring, like all different color. I like to imagine detect magic works sort of like detect life does in like Elder Scrolls games, where there's just like a glow coming off it, you know?
I've kind of seen it like as like the predator vision.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
everything's
But it's different depending on the school of
Yeah.
different colors depending on the school of magic. So you're seeing like different rainbows as you pass by these different things. Like if you pass by Ro walking around one time, it's like whoa, they're freaking out and seeing stuff, and you see like okay yeah, Ro's sword and Ro's boots are glowing like red and yellow respectively.
My gauntlets.
Oh yeah, his gauntlets are like glowing like crazy. But yeah, you don't detect too many things. There's like a Goliath dude who's walking around. He has a mace that has a slight blue glow to it. And then there's like you see Schmivel Dwarf trying to bargain with a centaur for ingredients and stuff, and one of the things he's bargaining over is like a little spice pouch that has a purple glow to it. But other as far as things for sale, you don't see anything besides that spice pouch that Smiveldorf is trying to bargain for.
Also, when I was in my disguise and I think talking to his mom and his ex.
No, you're talking to old Mudfoot's ex-wife, but you
Cool.
don't know that.
Oh, well, you mentioned something about something related.
Yeah, these two old
I was
fearful.
just wondering what I was told about random people.
Oh yeah, it's like yeah, you get some gossip on the guy who's dealing drugs to your entire party.
Nice.
That he's kind of a curmudgeonly and he's just very rude sometimes.
the
Oh my,
worst.
he's the worst. And just and you get this gossip on like the Goliath tribal chief about how he's always drinking all the time, and you
he's
get
the worst.
like never puts time into raising his son. He's always like it's always like I gotta challenge people for superiority, you know? It's like I gotta do this. It's like and it's like why don't you play catch with your son?
Cool.
I'm gonna go try and help Smiveldorf and see if I can help him get that
Okay.
spice he's
Well-
trying to get.
Do you have anything worth trading? And I'm saving that interaction for when Reader actually plays.
Alright.
But you can definitely help him when that happens.
Okay, well, we can wait till the reader's back to actually
Yeah.
get to that then.
Because I promised Reader we will flash back to him trying to get a magical spice pouch
Okay.
and some other fun stuff.
Cool.
Can I do one more thing?
No.
Mag! Okay,
Well, but it's not like
Is
a
it important?
swapping meat type
what
thing.
is it?
I want to put some of your stuff in my tea.
We can very well. we can
Honestly,
do
like
that on the
Mudfoot
road.
will give you some of Karina's.
Okay.
Like you as far as he's concerned, Karina has paid for your entire group
Okay.
because
On the
that
fishing quest?
shell was worth a lot.
Alright.
Like more than the drugs.
Yeah.
We'll probably make like a freaking stew pot out of it or something useless.
Just collect more, and then we can grow more, and then sell it to the masses. Start a drug
Alright.
line. Never have to worry about
Probably
money.
make
We can do
a
that
flower
crystal
pot
ball
or
in a day.
something.
Actually, on that note, Zafrab, as you're walking around, you see old Mudfoot. It's like, oh yeah, I know him. And you see, like, by his stuff, he's got a gigantic flail snail shell. And he's like, oh, I mean to talk to you.
Alright.
You see, in trade, I recently acquired this shell.
Yeah.
And I know little things about this. I was wondering if you could make me a shield out of this here fella in a while.
Alright.
When you get the time. I realize y'all are busy.
Yeah, I could do that.
And you recognize that it's a flail snail shell. It could probably be used to make a spell guard shield.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna be happily oblivious to that.
Yep. That's for the best. So Old Mud, you might have a commission soon.
Yeah.
When the swapping meet is over.
When we kill some foil snails, maybe.
And if
Alright.
no one else has any business,
I'm good.
the night ends. You all go. You two, I'm presuming, you go to the tavern with Ro and Karina. You go home. You go back to your shop.
Yeah.
You go home. Let me look at my notes. You all wake up the next morning, refreshed.
Ah,
Do I do my tea thing?
Do you want to do the tea thing?
I do.
Alright, yeah, you brew up some Allure root tea. And make a constitution saving throw. If you're deciding to do that in the morning or at night. What are you doing?
At night.
Okay, at night then. Yeah, make a con save.
Or in the morning, so
I-
that I get rest.
Make it. I mean, it's your call. You got a long rest regardless.
Okay, then at night. That's a...
You're a fighter. It should be high.
Yeah, it's a 21.
Yeah, no, you passed that shit. All right. Yeah, so you have advantage on wisdom ability checks for the next hour.
Mm-hmm.
And yours was high enough that you gain supernatural distance seeing, as though you had cast scrying.
Okay.
So you're just like walking around and you're seeing like, oh, this is what Ro is doing, and you're kind of like seeing things very close up.
Okay. Can I choose what I'm seeing?
Sure.
I want to look and see.
And you're becoming one with nature, yo. Becoming one with the universe. You're seeing things from any point you want.
I want to see what Ragnos is up to.
All right.
Shit.
You see,
she's
Ragnos-
sitting on the privy.
yeah, Ragnos is taking it. No, you see Ragnos currently chained to a wall in a dark room.
Oh, what?
I look around and try and get a location.
Yeah, as far as location, it's a dark room. You can hear some voices, gruff sounding voices. They don't
Right.
sound like giants.
Do I understand the language?
No, I don't think so. I think you, no, you wouldn't. Let me check this.
Essentially, the fear.
You can make an intelligence check to see if you you at least know what type of language it is.
Do it, do it, do it, do it. If you say
Wait, what? What skill checks did I have?
What?
What skill checks did I have advantage on?
in wisdom.
Wisdom.
So this is an intelligence.
So this is just, what is it?
Intelligence.
8.
Yeah, you don't know what language it is. It's gruff and weird, and sounds like it's made up of curse words.
Sweet.
But looking around the room with your scrying around Ragnos, you can tell he's in a cell.
Does he look to be alive?
He's alive.
How alive?
He's alive. He doesn't look... He looks a little bit worse for wear, but he's still very much alive and in conscious.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, it's-
Allure root. She took the drugs.
Oh, that's.
Alright, I'm gonna try and focus on the language and take as much in and repeat it to myself as much as I can,
Okay.
even though I don't understand what I'm saying.
Okay. Slugek makakai no top. So you try to remember that
Yeah.
really well. Is there anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay.
And now I'm good.
All right. So you go to bed with that new information that Ragnos has been captured. And you all awaken the next day.
Cool. I'm gonna speak to the boss,
What boss?
the dragon boss.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, so, a few things. Arungandir, we'll start with you. Yeah, you're getting up and you see, your buddy Nock, who is an archer like Torvi and Chirilo.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey man,
Morning.
you got old Miss Berrythorn's having some complaints, some humans been poking around her property. You wanna go help me deal with that? Your call, man. I could probably do it
I
myself.
was fine.
So I can do it, man. I
No,
can
it's
do it.
fine.
like,
It's-
if you want to help out, she's an old lady.
It's what I have to do, you know. It's
Yeah.
it's part of the job.
Because so you start walking off to old Miss Berrythorn's house. Who? Thank you for that NPC. And she doesn't live in the village. A lot of the Fearbolgs are very spread out, different places. You guys are very spread out over your whole territory.
Mm.
Some people are very solitary, like old Mudfoot and old Miss Berrythorn, and some of them, they don't like the villages. The people are very spread out.
So we show up with like aviators on. We're like, ma'am, what's the problem? Knock on the screen door.
Yeah, so we'll get to you. Torvi, you walk to town. It's a bit shorter of a walk for you to get to Nutwood.
Mm-hmm. I'm repeating it all.
Yeah, you're repeating
there.
it. You get to the inn.
Mhm.
Surly is there. You guys are there. You're probably having breakfast or something.
Yeah.
French toast.
Yep, French toast.
Do I hear her like repeating that?
No, I'm doing it quietly. I mean, unless.
I got a 19 passive wisdom. Well,
Okay.
I might.
Yeah, sure, you hear it.
I speak Common, Draconic, Giant, and Dwarvish. Would I understand that?
No,
Alright.
you don't know what language that is. You can, if she says it louder or you ask, you can probably make an intelligence check.
If you speak up, when you know what you're saying,
I'm just grumbling to myself.
where'd you hear that?
I'm just. In a dream.
I like dreams.
I don't like Sam.
By the way, I'm at my shop.
Yeah, you're at your shop.
I don't know where I am.
You're drinking some
Could
early morning coffee or something.
I attempt to make an intelligence check to see if I know what language it is?
Sure.
Just a minute. Oh,
And
what do you know? 18.
ooh,
It's
Not
Goblin.
terrible. Goblin.
of course. I was imagining like orc or something.
Do you tell me that?
Yes, I share that information. I don't know what you're saying, but it is in Goblin.
Sounds like Goblin.
Sounds
Sounds
like it
about right.
anyways, I'm not sure. But
Thank you.
heard the little green folks scamper around screaming shit like that.
Thank you. I go up to Surly.
Hey,
I need to talk to you right now. It's about
Okay.
Ragnos.
all right.
I relay everything. Not,
Just at the bar,
um,
where it works.
I just, no, okay, so I'm like, I had a dream that Ragnos was, I whisper this, and I say I had a dream that Ragnos was taken and imprisoned, and this is what I heard, and I repeat what I said, and I said, and I say, the dream was given by some bad tea.
Okay, well, Ragnos being in trouble would line up with the fact that he hasn't come back yet, but it's just a dream, Torvi. It might just be your...
Bad tea
He isn't...
and Mudfoot.
What? What?
Drugged tea.
Why are you... What? How? What?
Sorry, Root.
Okay.
I know it's true.
Okay. In that case, we have to save him. We have to probably save him. Do you know where he's being held?
Not exactly. I mean, dark. It was like a.
We'll figure it out.
I have to go.
We will. But you're not going alone.
No, I know. But I have to be one of the people.
I know, and you will be.
Okay. Okay.
Just then, Karina Nightshade walks out of nowhere.
Yeah, Karina comes down the stairs.
Wakes up with a drug hangover.
And he says, "Oh yeah, before I forget, your letter." Tyler, you could probably sit over here in the shade if you wanted to. I don't know if Julian's coming.
Oh, okay.
Also, your character sheet might be in there.
Oh, I
That's
just
right.
handed it to him.
Oh,
It's
it's
over.
Ooze here. Okay, cool. Says, "Oh yeah, letter from your sister came today."
What?
Yeah, just
Oh.
got here. Morning Post. He
Okay.
hands it to you. We're gonna cut now to a Rungandir,
Yay!
What you want?
and we'll
What
get
you
back to the
want,
contents
what
of
you
the letter in a
gonna
minute. You head up to old Miss Berrythorn's property, or at least her area, you know, where she lives.
do? Uh-huh.
And you and Nock are traveling, and you can see from this distance, you do see a guy wandering around, kind of searching around and he has like an old dog, like an old basset hound. And Nock kind of gives you a look, and he's like,
Hey,
and
you
he disguise selves
there. Oh.
and turns himself into basically a lumberjack type looking dude.
I'll do the same then.
Yeah. What is you've never disguised self using your Fearbold powers. So what is and you know you guys do this, you pretend to be like hunters or travelers or something and get people the hell away from your
Yeah.
living areas so that to not evoke suspicion.
Yeah.
Nock's form is very much like an old lumberjack looking hunter type dude, but you can always tell it's him because he always has a tattoo in the shape of an arrow in his disguise.
Right.
What is a Rungandir's form look like?
So I look like a grizzled hunter, not very friendly looking.
Human?
Yeah, human. One eye closed. You know. But intimidating looking. So, you know, just to keep people away.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
That's what this is. So yeah, you approach this man, and he looks like probably of the same stock as like Torvian Gosberg. He's got a beard. He's got his old dog, and he's an older fellow, probably about 50 or something. Hello, sir.
What are you doing here?
So out here looking for my dogs. Two of them ran off.
Two of your dogs.
Yeah, two of my dogs ran off.
Found one of them for you.
Did you?
It's right behind you.
No, not. Sammy, she's fine. She's old. She's trained. She didn't run off. No, I'm two of my younger ones.
Your younger dogs.
Yeah, they ain't properly trained yet. They ran off like there was gonna be an earthquake or something.
Really?
Yeah, it just went crazy.
Have you been poking around the residence's house here?
There's no residences
Oh.
visible completely.
Right.
There might be an old Miss Berrythorn might have like a fucking. I think her home is probably like a well-hidden cottage built into a hill.
Okay. You know you're on private property, don't you?
I didn't know about that. I didn't know anyone lived out here in these
Well,
woods.
yeah, you are. You're trespassing, I'm afraid to say. Tell him, Philip.
Yep, this is here. Our family here lives out here. So yep. So we don't mind you looking for your dog. We'll help you look for your dog, but you know, it's like it's just kind of suspicious.
Yeah, we just
no
wanted
no
to
offense
see
to
what
you.
was going on.
At that point, we get to Torvi's letter.
Oh.
We cut to that.
Beware an old man with a dog.
A question about what's going on in the tavern right now. Would Soap be with us right now?
Soap is with Betch. wherever Betch may be, which is probably in the tavern.
Being useless.
Oh,
Soap
Soap would have been
understood what
so
she
useful.
said and been able to translate
His
that?
name is
Oh,
not Soap,
true.
no, is it?
'Cause he is
No,
a
it's
goblin.
Soap does speak Goblin. Yeah, so if you repeat the phrase to him, Garbon, or Soap as he is known, will say like, that's more like that's more like a sentence fragment.
What does
Like-
it mean?
Means who fucking cares? And then there's the beginning of about, but you're missing the rest of the sentence.
Oh.
I don't know. It's a complaint.
Okay. Thank you.
But it is Goblin. Alright, and you read the letter?
Yeah.
Alright, you tear open the letter after you're informed of this. It's very short, and it's not at all the big response you were expecting. Torvi, I'm sorry to freak you out, but you need to run and hide somewhere now. At that point, every single one of you hears a roar. Arangandir, it's much closer, since you're actually outside in the forest, but nonetheless, every single one of you, inside or outside, hears it.
Is that your dog?
That ain't
You
my dad.
jackass.
You all hear a monstrous roar
Oh, fuck.
that just echoes across the forest and into town. And as you all do, how do you all react? Those of you in the tavern perhaps react to this,
I'm gonna.
or in Zaphrad's
oh,
shop.
shoot.
Just freeze.
Zaphram, like son of a bitch.
Starts locking the door.
You know,
I just freeze and turn in the direction where I heard it, and I stare for a long
gonna
time.
get like really low on all fours and like look around.
I run out the door and
Much
pull
like
my
a human
rapiers
would
out.
do.
Yes.
Yeah, you run out the
Very
door,
like
pull
a
your
human would
rapiers
do.
out. It didn't sound close, but it was definitely loud.
I'm gonna.
Karina, you're there in the tavern too.
Yeah.
Torvi ran out the door. The lizard and the cat people are freaking out.
I'm just gonna look at Surly like. Do you know what that could be?
I have a pretty goddamn good idea, and he runs out the door.
Oh, good.
It's got surly spook. That's nice.
I'm gonna follow him.
I'm gonna.
Jordan, can you hear me?
If everyone else is
Or
there,
Adam?
and she
No, no.
follows.
Xanathar's guy.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna push
I thought you were.
my friends lower, so we all get like crouched. So we're gonna be low and quiet.
It's not super close to you,
Okay.
but it is in the distance, and you are now just seeing the faint wisps of smoke rising out of the forest.
All right. I'm gonna start tearing off towards that direction.
Yeah, Nock runs after you, too. So you guys are booking it through the forest, but you're significantly faster than him. But yeah, you're running.
I will say Arntal. Is this what I think it is?
Gods help us, it might be.
You wanna give us a ride?
Ah, fine. It's like, and you guys run into a back alley, and Jewel and Mark Zuckerberg are chasing you. We'll say Schmiveldorf was in the back room or whatever and didn't follow, and like you don't know where Ro is, because Ro went to explore the town. But they're with you, and he's like, "Can they be trusted?"
I think so.
Fine. And you see this surly old bartender named Surly in this back alley turn into a silver dragon. Get on! He lowers his neck.
Climb on.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Ride me!
Get on my back, child.
Yeah.
Do you get on?
I said I
Yes.
get on.
No
I
one
mount
say-
the dragon.
Yeah, you all climb onto this massive silver dragon, and he takes off. You see people, townsfolk below. Zafrab.
I leave my shop and I just start walking towards
Bigby's hand, dude. Ride it.
It only lasts like a minute
10 minutes.
or 10 minutes.
So for 10
Ride
minutes
it
you can
to
ride
the
it
dragon.
No, 1 minute, up to 1 minute.
Yeah, it is a
Ride it
minute.
to the
And it's
dragon
a waste of
and jump on.
spell slot.
But,
I think the dragon can go much faster
Yeah, he
than
can go way
Bigby's hand.
faster.
Okay. Well then, I don't know what you do.
I'm just gonna start walking towards.
Yeah, Zafrab on his tiny little gnome legs.
Dude.
Barely has time to grab his jacket on the way out.
Okay.
Yeah, as you guys are going through the forest, making your way, you see the clouds getting more brown as smoke fills them up. You see fires and smoke rising from the forest. And you see in the
I'm gonna-
distance...
I'm gonna take a minute and use my primeval awareness and see if I sense any dragons.
Yeah, you take 1 minute as you're on Arental's back. And you sense 2 dragons.
Other than Arental?
Arental and one other.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe it'll be like, you know, a normal happy
Like
dragon.
a friendly
like Puff,
dragon.
the
Yeah.
magic dragon.
I thought you were joking when you said that earlier.
No, I kind of didn't. He was like, Red, I was like, I have Indomitable now. And he was like, you're gonna need that, Red Dragon.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are flying on his back. You see Karina zone out. And do you have Mala with you at the moment?
I always do.
Okay,
Yes.
Mala's perched on your, we'll say perched on your lap currently since you're riding
Oh
something
boy.
else that she cannot keep up with. And
Not
Asgerix is not on the dragon.
No.
We'll say,
unless he wants
where do you,
to be.
where is Asgerix?
I would say at home, probably.
Okay, Asgerix is at home. And you guys
Right,
see
but we are.
in the distance.
Totally.
Well,
We're gods, right?
Gods! Gods! Don't worry
He's
about
like
it. Don't worry about it.
2 levels away from gods.
DMs always throw things at you that you can defeat, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Always.
You and I both know that's bullshit.
You guys see in the distance, very large,
It's a
a
dragon.
dragon with scarlet red scales dulled by age. And where was the other bit? You see its blue-black metallic edgings on the wings, breathing fire down on the forest below. You see a red dragon.
Is it the one on the DM's?
Is it bigger than Arental? Significantly?
No. They look to be about similar in size. He's maybe a little bit bigger than Arental, but you can't exactly eye it.
Arental is adult, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
That's not that much better.
I know, but still, at least it's not
still a lot
ancient.
better.
it's still like much better, you know.
You know, CR 17 versus 24.
That's quite a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho,
Okay.
so we get there.
What would people like to do?
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy and say, in Draconic, what is your problem?
No.
To the red dragon.
I'm gonna hunter's market.
You're not within range of Hunter's Mark
Damn it.
just yet. He's
Alright.
like, do you all really want to be on my back when this thing starts breathing?
No, but if you drop us off, it'll fly away.
On my way, as I'm probably still running,
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Same.
Yep. You both mage armor. This is the time for preparations.
Um,
Who is most likely to die here among us? That's a
Probably
question.
all of us.
These two, probably.
I'm still running. So I'm not even there.
Yeah, he's not there, so it's probably the two of us, I guess, have the lowest hit points.
Death Ward.
Death Ward, you.
Him or me?
Him.
Her.
Her.
So yeah, Mark Zuckerberg puts a hand on you. You are buffed against death.
Buffed against death.
That's the one if you drop the solar there, you drop the line.
We'll find out.
I.
So we can
How
just
high
like
up
sneak
are
by.
we?
You guys are currently several hundred feet in the air.
Okay.
The dragon is swooping down and just raising areas, and you see animals. You see deer and buffalo and other forest animals running below. You see the Fearbolgs running for cover, doing what they can.
Let's hide with them.
Maybe if I cast
They seem
Animal
nice.
Friendship, the dragon will just calm down. and be
Yeah,
nice
maybe.
to us.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that might do it.
Yeah.
I say, Arntal, we gotta fight, so,
Do we gotta?
That's a good
Do
question.
we have to? We absolutely have to.
get this thing down.
What do you mean, get this thing down?
The dragon. The other one. To our level.
He's below you at the moment.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's breathing fire on people and animals and
Is he
whatnot.
on the ground?
Then
He's
let's
flying
just
above
sneak
the
by.
ground slightly. Arental swoops down to the ground.
Mhm.
It's like, help the people here. I'll stole it. I'll fight it.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb a tree and see if I can start shooting at the dragon instead.
You can with a bit of running.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, you see like Fearbolgs and Goliaths running in panic. You see children, Fearbolg children and whatnot, who are probably like fucking much taller and adult sized than normal humans. But yeah,
I start ushering them to a safe path.
yeah, you start doing that.
Get out of here, you crazy kids.
Follow me.
But my longbow is out and knocked, and I'm just like, go this way, go this way.
All right, you begin doing so.
I suppose I'm gonna start raging.
All right, that only lasts a minute, so
Oh,
you
never
want to be
mind. I'm
closer.
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
Wait.
No. Let's. I need to get a little faster. So maybe I'm gonna transform into a big cat, lion, maybe to get. Fast.
All right, you wild shape into a lion, and that you can turn into a super fast fucking cat, and you just start booking it. And we'll say you all arrive, for the sake of simplicity, except for Zafrab, you all arrive there at the same damn time. Is Peepers with you, Zafrab?
Yes.
Let's
Okay,
fight
Peepers
in the
is with
dragon.
Frighten the dragon.
It's not going to work.
Dragon rolls a natural one.
Oh no!
It's not an attack roll.
I'm going to
It's-
cast.
Yeah, same. I'm saying dragon roll.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to cast Hex.
All right, we're gonna roll initiative, and you're not in range. You guys, if you're helping
Oh,
people
okay.
out, the
I'm-
dragon is moving about, and Arntal didn't land you guys specifically close to
Alright.
it, so that you would not get blasted by a dragon.
I will cast Prestidigitation on the fire to put it out.
Okay, yeah, you begin doing that where you can.
It's gonna take so long.
I know, but just so that I can clear an area where people can move through.
Okay.
All right.
Do you still want us to roll?
Yes.
Cool.
Not 20 for me.
Wait, you said if we're helping people, we also roll initiative?
Everyone roll initiative.
It's in the middle
They're in-
ish or middle-ish back. Kind of.
Good. Back.
147.
Of course.
20 and above.
28, I mean.
God. 23.
All right.
22.
All right. Where's me? All right. Who got 15 to 20?
18.
Tyler. All right. Ilana, Adam, what did you guys get?
4.
10.
All right.
Why do you roll so low?
I mean, among other things, I already have a -1 to initiative anyways.
I never roll low, that's why I made sure that I do.
That's why he's specifically playing as a thing that gives him really good dex and a bonus to initiative.
I just never liked having my initiative.
What does Primal Savagery do? What is that shit?
Primal
You
Savagery.
can like.
You grow fangs, and you can.
What
You
claw?
do an
and
attack
claw.
on someone.
Oh, I already have that.
I have so and you do toxic or
You do poison damage.
poison.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
toxic damage. I have
Alright.
that. It's a good one.
Zaphrab is still running towards the fire. And where you can much more clearly, as you're getting out into the forest, hear the sounds of dragon roaring. And we'll say to speed things up, actually, like Zoran comes running up on Asgarix and it's like, "Come on, get on!" And just throws you on the back, and you're now both riding this giant lynx.
Holding people's.
Yeah, you grab Peepers. Torby,
No, it's Orangandir first.
or I thought you was 23, 22.
23.
23,
Oh, wait,
22.
I mixed it up. Okay, yes, Orangandir.
How close am I to the?
Oh, we'll say you're within a few. You can see it.
Can I get close enough to try and climb on its back?
Sure.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, make a grapple check.
I have a advantage with climbing with lions, if I believe.
Why are your hit points down? We took them already.
I know. I'll erase that in a moment.
It'll be back to where it is in a couple turns anyway.
Yeah, honestly. Let's see. Yeah, for a lion. I have a running leap.
Okay, you have the running leap. I just need an
my
athletics
athletics.
check for grappling,
Got it.
because that is how I'm gonna say climbing larger creatures works.
Okay.
You don't grapple them, but you do get a climb on them.
That's abysmal. Yeah, my athletics. It didn't work. I got a 4 from the
Okay,
roll.
yeah.
So I kind of bounce off.
Yeah, so you run over to this dragon and it just flaps its wings at a moment you're not expecting, and you're not able to get purchased, and you kind of get smacked, but you land on your feet because cats always land on their feet.
Hey. Did it notice me?
It has noticed you.
Damn it.
Yeah, it noticed this lion, and this was the lion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the mane,
Uh-huh.
big old proud mane. Yeah, and as you do this, you notice that there is a very beat up, burned, slightly singed, slightly bare, with scars going through its fur that you recognize as your uncle, also fighting this dragon.
Okay, let's do it. And then it's an action to rage, right?
Bonus action.
Oh, then I'll rage then. Just-
All right, you rage.
And that's my turn. I'm gonna. Actually, can I move underneath it?
You cannot move underneath it.
Okay.
It will try to. It's very large, but you do notice when you think about that, you notice on the underbelly of this dragon is just coated with different gemstones pressed into its belly.
Alright. Good to know.
He's protecting his soft underbelly.
Okay, cool. It's good to know.
Next up,
That's my turn, yeah.
so your rage lion.
Lightning Rage Line?
Yeah, lightning
Lightning
rage
rage
line.
Torby.
Alright. I'm gonna go up as close as I can. Or not as close as well, as close as... How far can I get to it? How close can I get to it?
Where do you want to be?
Within range of shooting it, but not, like, on top of it.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to do... Bursting Arrow Sharpshooter.
Okay. What kind of saving throw is this?
This is...
Actually, make your shot first. You gotta make the shot.
Yeah.
What is it?
11.
No. So that arrow, ting, just tinks off its scaly armor.
But I can do it again, right?
You can shoot again. You have 2 attacks. You're a fighter.
Okay, that one's much better. That's an 18 plus 9. Or minus 5, so plus 4.
That will hit. Oh, also, for those of you who didn't do this, your proficiency bonus should have gone up because you're level 9 now. It's worth noting, anyone who didn't do that. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your damage, and what kind of saving throw is it?
It's no saving throw.
No saving throw, it just does damage?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
2d6. So that's...
Force damage
Force
and
damage.
arrow damage, and another 10 from sharpshooter.
Yep. 20.
20 points of damage. Okay.
Could have swore I had a mechanical pencil out. Oh, here it is.
Alright, next up, is that all you're gonna do?
That's all you can do, right?
How much movement did I use?
We'll say you have like half your movement left.
Okay. And how far away from it is me? I mean, how...
Am I?
How far
I don't know,
away
let's
from
say
me is
100
it?
feet. We're not using a battle map right now.
Alright,
So-
Oh, shoot.
I'm gonna leave things a little more abstract since you guys are just in the forest in the
Oh, shoot.
Fearbold
I
Village.
should have hexed it.
Oh.
I'm gonna hex it now.
Alright, you hex it.
And then I'm gonna do... Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna do action surge.
Alright, you action surge.
Okay. So that's 2 more attacks, and these are both sharpshooter. That's 9 plus 4, which is probably not gonna hit.
No, it will not.
But that's,
Another arrow just dings off its armor, its scales.
What about a 16?
Yeah. 16?
16 will not hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. I'm done.
Alright, next up. Karina. What do you do? And also, what checks do you want him to have disadvantage on?
Oh,
Some strength checks, maybe.
it's not saving those, so.
No, but if
Oh, check.
checks, because that's perception. So he
That's
wouldn't be able to
true.
see me.
But with strength, I begin with grasping. hand,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
It's-
we
No,
can-
it's not
It's
saving
not
throws,
saving
it's
throws.
ability
Oh, you're
check.
right.
Grasping hand is a strength check, contested strength check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Then strength.
Strength.
I could
Also,
Alright.
Strength.
Vine and things.
Strength.
Karina.
Was I able to get up the tree?
Sure.
Okay.
You're in a
Um,
tree.
Is he within range of Hunter's Mark or no?
What's the range on... I mean, you can totally get up to the range of Hunter's Mark, sure.
Did you follow?
Not yet, but it's a free action to do it. So. Let me just check the range on Hunter's Mark really quick.
Oh wait,
It's 90 feet.
no, I wouldn't be able to grasping hand on it because it needs to be huge or smaller.
It probably is.
No.
This would count as huge.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's not ancient. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna Hunter's Mark him, call oath on him, and take a shot with sharpshooter. That is 22, but natural 20.
Alright, yeah, natural 20 will hit. Roll your damage.
Go Karina.
Lay it on him.
With sneak attack?
Arangandir and Skullgur and Chief Skullgur in range are fighting him, yes.
This is good.
Ilana, you're on deck.
Ah,
You can do it.
ah.
She's like, shit, I just have all fire spells!
Yeah,
I mean-
literally.
Man, those trolls really messed us up for this one.
It's like, I got you guys so prepped for fighting trolls. Now you're getting to the point where he's like, oh, what if we have to fight fire giants and red dragons?
5, 10, 15, 20,
So much.
25, 30, 35, 40, 46, 52, 62, 67 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to add my modifier, so that would be +5.
Okay. Yeah, he takes that, and ow, does it fucking hurt. Do you do anything else on your turn? After you deal this massive amount of damage to this dragon?
No, I'm out of stuff to do.
Okay.
That's a lot of damage.
In that case, the dragon will go and look at you,
Obviously.
who just dealt a shit ton of damage to it.
Mhm.
That's a lot.
It is.
What's the range on Hunter's Mark?
90 feet.
90 feet? Okay. Yeah, so you weren't able to hide.
Nope.
So, but his legendary actions, he can't do that just yet, so he's gonna use a legendary action to make a tail attack on you, Orangandir.
Sorry about it, buddy.
But you're fine, because that was a natural one. Next up, Ilana. What does
Alright.
Jewel do?
Well, Jewel's currently hiding, like behind something or under something.
Okay, yeah, there's like a tree that's fallen down, and you're like,
She like went to help people, and then as soon as they went, she was like, "Hi." No,
alright, there are
she's
still definitely people running and whatnot.
Yeah. And she's hiding.
Okay, do you want to make a stealth check?
Maybe. I was just thinking like behind a tree or something.
Or are you going to actually do a spell? Like, this is an
I was gonna
actual,
do an
this is
actual
an
spell.
actual, like, I'm going to avoid things by hiding. This is like, I'm hiding, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
do things.
Yeah, I'm gonna do things. I'm just like, it's
It would
like
be
when cats
hilarious
like
if
hide
you did
behind
not
something.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Anything
You're just behind a
like-
tree. You're not trying to stealth away.
no,
Okay.
I'm here to help. How many sorcery points was that? Can I cast 2 spells in one turn if one's a bonus action and I don't? Is that a thing?
No.
With sorcery,
You could
if you
use
have
twin
the
spell.
sorcery point thing, the
Not
the
if
font
they're
of
both
magic
spells.
thing that allows you to do that,
Yeah, there's a quicken
can?
spell. Yeah.
quicken
Like, they're
spell,
both
but like
spells. One has to be a cantrip.
one has to be a cantrip.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can only cast one actual spell on your turn.
Okay. Then I'm going to cast Blight. No, not Blight. I meant Blink. They'll start with D-L-I.
Okay, blink.
Yeah. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Acid Splash at it.
Okay, yeah, you cast blink, and then bonus action, you shoot some acid at it. Make it's an attack roll, yes?
No.
No? Saving throw?
Dex saving throw.
Alright. That is 17.
And that's against my spell save.
Yeah.
Damn. Mine's a 16.
Alright, yeah, he saves. So no damage. It's cantrip,
okay,
yeah.
that's- Great, no damage.
Yeah,
Flavor
you
shock.
shoot this acid at him,
Splash.
and he just bats his wings, and the pouring of acid just disperses.
And I vanish.
And Jewel just, as she's hiding, just blinks out of existence.
Yep.
And as his legendary action, he's going to make another tail attack on you, Orangandir.
It's like, wait a minute, I should have hit you.
Fuck you.
At this point,
And
it
that
just looks like
is-
he's dancing, you know?
That is a 24 to hit.
I think that hits the line AC.
I think so. I mean,
Line
you
AC is probably like 14 or 15.
Line AC
check
is usually like
to
50 in
be
like other
sure
games.
if you really want to.
Line is the most powerful MMO in the game.
But you only take 11 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm still up as a lion. Who
So
would've
yeah, his
thought?
tail just comes around and just smacks you real hard across the belly.
Go in the air, do a flip, land on my feet.
Yep. It is now the dragon's turn. Just Red Dragon's turn.
Hasn't it done
this
enough?
is gonna hurt so bad.
First off, I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
I'm gone.
Except for Jewel and Zafrab.
I'm on a different plane.
Eric,
Wait, I
is
have.
this cocked or is this a 17?
It looks like something.
I'll call that a 17.
Cool.
Do I have
Not anymore.
not anymore?
It was never for saving throws, it was for checks, and it only
Okay.
lasted an hour. And you did it last night.
I got a hefty 13.
I got a 26.
Alright?
20.
For Indomitable, do I have to?
You can re-roll.
I would save it.
I like
I would
Mr.
save
Tail.
it for later for like a brother.
Tail doesn't hurt me that
Yeah,
much.
but
I'm
I
like,
don't know
haha,
what this is
fire.
for.
Ah.
No, the fire's coming from me.
Yeah, but I need
He's
to get up
real
on
mad at me.
Well, tell him to suck an egg.
Stab.
Probably
He'll do that when he gets home! Mudfoot comes out like, suck an egg! and tosses an egg at him.
Catches it, puts it in
I
like a
realized the
pouch.
one person who has a Dragon Slayer isn't fucking here.
Yeah, I thought of that irony as I was planning this.
You can re-roll the save.
That Maddie, the person with the Dragon Slayer, isn't here.
Wow.
This is hilarious. I want to die.
Okay, so,
I'll-
Mark
Yeah.
Zuckerberg succeeds. Jewel isn't there. Karina succeeds. Arungandir, you got a 13. Torvi, what did you get?
11.
Torvi and Arungandir, you are both now frightened of the dragon.
I
No.
thought I got to choose to succeed.
I thought you re-rolled, but you can look at the handbook for me if you so wish and see what Indomitable does. I believe it's a re-roll.
Well, yeah, usually choosing to succeed is like a legendary action.
Yeah.
No, that's a legendary resistance. That is not
Yeah.
something that players.
Yeah,
get
I'm
that
looking
I-
at it right now. That's definitely what it is.
Yeah, I know, but I thought, I don't know.
Now the dragon can choose to succeed a saving throw all at once.
It's a fighter thing.
How long am I fighting?
Oh, it's a fighter thing? It's a reroll.
Is a reroll.
If it's not a feat, it's a
Meg.
reroll, almost definitely.
Arungandir, you're both frightened
Okay.
For how long?
for 1 minute, but you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Cool, I'm gonna do so.
And it's once per what?
How long?
Yeah, you can reroll a saving throw that you fail.
Did you use your Indomitable?
If you do so, you must use the new roll, and you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest.
Alright. You're both frightened.
Ah!
Now,
But I can still attack it, right?
Yeah,
With
but with
And
disadvantage.
you can't willingly move.
and you
closer.
can't move closer to it, so you're at bow's length for a little bit. And it's going to move and go up, and it's going to move closer to Karina, who just shot that arrow at it, and it is,
Oh, this is gonna.
you
suck.
get an attack of opportunity,
This is gonna suck so bad.
Okay,
but at disadvantage.
I'll roll it twice. 15, 19. So 15, so that's 25.
That'll hit. Yeah, roll me some lion damage. Your uncle tries to take a swipe in his singed bear form.
That's
But
the
it doesn't-
strongest form.
Specifically, singed bear.
Alright, that's gonna be
Bless you.
So I like the idea. Like, oh, that's such an Arungandir thing. Like, this isn't even my final form. Storm bear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Saffron casts enlarge on him.
How you like that new dice set, buddy?
It's good. Yeah, I like it. I just rolled an 8 with my D8, so I'm
Nice.
plus 3, so that's gonna be a hefty 11 damage.
All right, 11 points of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's what I thought.
The dragon goes up, sees the tree that Karina is standing in, and fire breath. Need a dex save.
Yep. That is 9 plus 5, but I have evasion.
Do you?
I think it's 5th level. Is
It's
it not?
level 7. Uncanny
Yeah.
dodge is
I
5th
have
level.
uncanny dodge, which I can't use. So,
And you haven't taken any levels
Nope.
in Rogue in a
so
long
that's a
time.
13.
That fails.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna hurt.
Luckily, we have a cleric, a human cleric on our side.
Oh, yeah.
Very human
Yes,
player.
Mark Zuckerberg to be absolutely human cleric.
So many die.
Oh yeah.
Don't pay attention to this. Don't look, kids. Don't look.
Hey guys, want to see a magic trick? I can make an elf disappear.
I'm ready for that.
I'm sorry, this is not funny.
No, it's fucking hilarious, Eric.
We have enough diamonds to revive you if you die immediately.
I mean, true.
I also have Death Ward.
True.
That is
True, that's good.
That's very
Yes.
smart that we picked that.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes. Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome.
I appreciate the human clerics. The extremely human cleric.
We call him the Zuck.
Alright.
Oh, there's like 6 5s.
Yep.
That's a lot
I don't
already.
think you'll go down immediately. It'll just be really low.
No, he's rolling more.
Oh,
What is he hitting you with?
His fire breath.
Fire breath.
That's the best one he got.
I mean, think this way. At least you'll only be at 1. No matter what.
Why can't you use Uncanny Dodge?
Uncanny dodges attack rolls.
Uncanny dodge is for like melee attack roll. Or like
Evasion is
ranged and
dex
melee.
saving throws.
This is a dex save.
You have ranger spells, right?
Yes. None of them are reactions.
You need to take absorb elements.
No.
I mean, I did that. Because you never know what's gonna happen. Like, you might get hit with dragon breath.
That's not available for rangers, is it?
This
Okay.
is in Xanathar's guide.
Okay.
That's something to think about.
I need to go.
What
We
level
all-
spell is it?
First,
Okay.
We're gonna be fighting fire giants later.
Okay. That is 72 points of damage.
Oh!
dead.
No, I'm not. I'm at 11.
hey!
So this dragon just blasts fire in a 60-foot cone. Karina is caught up in it. A bunch of the trees are now on fire. Karina is barely standing.
I would have done.
And
Oh yeah.
now it is Arental's turn.
Let's do a dragon.
Someday I'll get the gun.
What did you roll?
I got a 4 on my initiative.
One day more.
He's not as bad as Andy though.
no, Andy has a -2 to his initiative.
Yeah.
You just have a -1.
Also,
Arental
roll
is
a
going
natural
to
one.
legendary action wing attack. But this red dragon succeeds on its save. So he is not damaged by the gusts of strong wind buffeting just like all these bits of trees and rocks and trying to slam this dragon down.
do I have to make a save?
No,
Okay.
we'll say not.
Coming through enough.
And now it is Arental's turn. Because that was his legendary action after this red dragon.
Drop a train on him.
And Arental says, "This is my territory. You are not welcome here."
Ice breath.
And he does Ice Breath.
It's a good idea.
And this guy needs to make a
No.
con
The more
save.
you turn it that way, the less they'll be.
What is his con save? Oh, he's fine. Okay, so that's half damage.
I like that you're putting it on Jordan, so you're
And
taking it
this
off.
is D8.
Jordan.
The Jordan.
Took it off of.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Jordan
Canadian
McGurden.
Jordan.
Trying to make a balance here.
Yeah, it's fine.
There,
There you go.
Stay. You gotta see when I'm fine.
I bet you're fine on it.
You know what?
I'm not gonna have to deal with all this harsh light.
Yeah,
Where I'm
lucky
going.
you.
You know what?
Tighten the screw down there so it should stay.
The grave.
half of that. Takes half.
That's where I'm
so...
gonna be. But around.
Crispy elf.
All you need is some.
So yeah, he blasts this dragon, this red dragon, with his cold breath, and it puts out a bunch of the fires. And that dragon still has one more attack, and he's after Arental is done, he's gonna use his legendary action to make a tail attack against Arental, and he rolled a nat 20.
Didn't hit me.
Yeah.
Where I thought he was going with that, which that would have knocked me down out of the tree.
The tree would have been on fire for a minute there, though.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Is it me?
Oh, Jim! No, I'm fucking with you. No, it is Adam. Adam, Mark
Okay.
Zuckerberg. What does Mark Zuckerberg do?
Okay.
Oh, no, I
She
already
did.
went.
She already went.
Alright,
Oh, okay,
I am
yeah.
going to cast Shield of Faith on myself as a
Good
bonus
idea.
action,
Fuck!
and for my action, try and climb onto the dragon's underbelly and cast Primal Savagery.
All right, you go up to the dragon's belly, and you cast Primal Savagery. And what effect does the Primal Savagery take? Because this one, it's very open to interpretation as to what you do. Give
Okay,
yourself teeth, claws. What do you
So
want?
on my fangs that are already very sharp, because my human fangs are often like that.
Yes.
It is now they're coated in this like green aura of like acid.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm digging it, man.
And so I just chomp.
So this is an
into-
attack roll?
into them. Yes, it's a.
All right, yeah,
attack
you
roll.
go up. Primal Savagery, this acid
acid.
coating coats your fangs.
Acid. Yes, it is acid. Woo. 28.
That'll hit for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good shout. Good shout.
wow, 6 damage.
Good shout.
But
You only get to bite
6
once.
damage.
6 acid damage.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
he
my
takes
turn.
that.
What?
Do you just bite once?
Next up, top of initiative, because that was the bottom, is Jordan. So we-
You're fine.
Yeah, so he has something to do. We'll say Asgarix is a very fast cat. So even with you and Zoran laden on him, and you see Zoran has called in the cavalry, and running alongside you are Betch and Ro, and slightly farther back Schmivel Dwarf.
Oh, good.
Krumsh the Mangler is there.
Do we have Soap to assist our fight?
Soap is nowhere in sight.
That makes sense.
He would get so destroyed, and
Yeah.
Julian would be so upset with us.
Yeah.
Not that I really care, but still.
But yeah, you see the dragon ahead of you.
How far ahead?
How far do you want to be?
I want to be able to cast Bigby's hand, so I guess within 120 feet.
Sure.
Alright, so I will cast Bigby's hand.
Bigby's hand. A giant purple hand appears in the air.
And it's gonna go towards and try and grapple the dragon.
All right.
So that's a contested strength throw. Strength check. It's disadvantage thanks to Hex.
All right. First one was an 18. Second one was a 2. Oh!
Yes!
So I assume that within a total of 18.
For you, yes.
Yeah.
This hand grabs. Where does he grab it? The tail, the neck.
Oh, then that's so
It should be a
brutal.
19 now, by the way, because your spell attack goes up. So proficiency.
No, it's the strength of
yeah.
the hand.
The hand has its own
No,
strength.
but for the attack.
It's not an
roll,
attack
yeah.
roll.
Yeah,
It's
no,
a
it's
contested strength check.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
grapple.
okay.
You could
So-
push his face into the
Never
ground.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically do that.
Yeah, you
Try and-
grab the dragon's head right by one of its curled back horns.
And then I'm going to spend bonus action to crush it.
All right.
Ooh.
What happens here?
Let me find the specifics of it. I have
So
it
it's
pulled
just
up here.
basically you just slamming
Yes,
the
but
head
yeah,
into the ground.
It's okay. While the hand is grappling the target, you can use a bonus action to have the hand crush it. When you do so, the target takes bludgeoning damage equal to 2d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Oh, it
Yeah.
just happens.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, do that.
I mean, you already got grappled.
That is gonna be total of 11.
All right, 11 points of damage. It's not bad. It's not bad.
We're doing all this
All right, yeah.
Mongo
So this
damage, guys.
this hand just begins crushing. This magical glowing hand is just crushing the dragon's skull, and it's breathing and it's screaming like "Damn you!" And smoke is just pouring out of its nostrils.
Okay.
We just keep
That is your turn.
alive, so keep doing all that giant burst of damage. We'll be fine.
Alright, now it's my turn.
And it is now Orungandir's turn.
I'm gonna roll to get out of this wisdom, the fear.
That happens at the end of your turn, I believe.
Hmm?
Oh, is it?
It's at the end of your
At
turn.
the end of your turn.
Fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transform out of my lion.
Okay, you're no longer a lion.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk up to him.
Who?
No.
The dragon?
You can't
can't
walk
really get
closer
right
to the
there.
dragon. You're frightened of it. This large beast. You've never fought anything quite as big as this.
You're raging, right?
Yeah, I can't do any spells.
You can't spell raid. You can't rage spell.
Right, I know that. I said that. I think I said that.
Yeah. But you do see there are lots of people who are in need of help.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
Helping people.
You see old Miss Berrythorn is trying to help someone who is badly burned and get them out of there.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna run over there then and help them out.
Yeah, you help this younger Fearbolg man you recognize as one of the young men you've trained. He's badly burned by fire. And you
Alright.
just help him up.
Alright. And then I'm gonna... That's the end. So I'm gonna roll my I already used my bonus action to get out of my animal form, right?
I think you can do it as a free action, but if you have a bonus action,
Oh, it's a free... then
I think it's free.
Then I'll hit him with lightning, why not?
You'll hit him with what?
The dragon with lightning.
The dragon is not within 10 feet of you.
You're right.
It isn't. It is a storm's aura around you.
Okay, well then, fine. That's my turn, so I'll roll for the wisdom.
Yep.
Save. That's a 15.
That does not succeed. Next up, Torvi.
Alright. Well,
You are also frightened by this dragon.
I'm being so helpful.
I'm going to take one shot. No. 2 shots. No. How many people look hurt and burned that need help?
Make a perception check.
Will this be my action?
No.
You spend your action examining the bugbears.
They're small nor bears.
You take a turn to think.
No, don't.
12.
You notice there's a lot of people who are in need of help. There's a lot of people who are burned or like trying to get out. But one thing you notice is a familiar form on the ground, very badly burnt, wrapped up in a burnt warg cloak.
Who is it?
And you recognize pieces of white dragon scale armor.
Okay, I throw my weapons and I run over and how bad?
Sigurd is alive, but he's not conscious.
Give him a healing potion, a regular healing potion.
Alright. Alright, yeah, Sigurd wakes up, some of his wounds heal, and he's back at, 7 hit points. Oh, Tovi.
We got a dragon,
I know.
but we also got people.
Yeah. No, you deal with that. I'll help my people. And this large, fearful druid attempts to pick his ass up off the ground.
No, no, no. No. You get somewhere safe. We're gonna help the people. And then we'll deal with the dragon. People are most important.
Alright, and that's your turn.
Yeah.
Next up, you can make a saving throw, actually. A wisdom save.
Oh, yeah.
Karina, you're on deck.
That is a 11.
You are still frightened of the dragon.
Yep. And now
All right.
I'm further away from it.
Karina, what would you like to do? Jewel, you're on deck.
I'm just gonna take another shot at it. Cause he got pushed down into the ground, right?
He did. He's not prone, right?
He's grappled.
He's grappled.
Yeah,
Okay.
not prone.
Not prone.
And does that count as within melee since the hand?
I don't know if the hand counts as an ally.
Is Arental close?
Arental is close enough
Okay.
to count as an ally.
Cool. So
I grapple with the earth.
that is
No,
a
I flank with the earth.
I flank. I use the earth to flank.
23 to hit.
23 will hit.
The people of Earth are my
Sneak
allies.
attack. Stealth bow. Hunter's mark.
Yeah.
12. 18. 3. 25. 30 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Just checking something. So yes, you do that. You deal 30 points of piercing damage.
Cure Wounds is an action, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
As its legendary action, the dragon is going to make a wing attack. Actually, you wouldn't be that close, so no, he's not going to do that. He's going to instead... No, yeah, he is. He's going to wing attack Arental. And Arental does not succeed. So Arental is knocked prone. By the beating of the wings, he's bashes into a tree. It's a bit of close fighting for these two very large beasts.
Can I attempt to make an acrobatics check to jump? This tree is still on fire, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So can I make an acrobatics check to try to get to one that's not
Thank
burning
you.
and try to hide in that one?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can try that.
That is a 14.
14 will do it.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna stealth.
Although
15.
this tree is slightly less on fire, I'll say, because it was a 60-foot cone.
Right. So 15 for stealth.
You're trying to hide from this thing?
Yeah. Just like cover myself in the tree.
Okay, yeah.
As best I can, yeah.
15 in stealth. Alright, yeah. So that's the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. Next up, Jewel.
I'm gonna cast Blight.
Alright, do you blink back into existence?
Yeah, I appear like on the start of each
Yeah,
turn.
you appear at the start of every turn. Alright, you cast Blight on the dragon.
Yes. Constitution saving throw.
Alright, yeah, he will make a con save, and he will get a 27.
Okay. So he'll take half damage.
Yes, he will.
I need a lot of defeats.
How many?
I need 6 more.
I need
2,
this many.
3. Oh, she just handed me a bunch. Okay, how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have all the dice here, in case anyone cares.
Do you need more?
No, I'm good. I don't. Who handed
I
me?
don't know. That's mine. Sure. Is this yours?
No. I handed her the purple one.
I think it's mine.
So many dice. All 8. No. I
Must have been pretty
7,
powerful.
Yeah, Blight's a powerful spell.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So that's 18 plus 10 is 28. So half damage, 14.
14 points of necrotic damage.
But the
Why don't you cast Fireball?
Use the fireball!
I have Fireball, Wall of Fire, Firebolt.
I'm gonna put this back in the fridge.
Can't use any of them. Well, I could.
Alright, do you blink out of existence again at the end of your turn after shooting this necrotic ray?
Let's find out. Let's see. I do.
Alright, and Jewel just blasts this dragon with this necrotic green ray. And then the dragon looks at her and she's like,
doing.
and just vanishes again.
I want to go.
Behind from my tree, I'm just like,
A
like
good.
The dragon will use its legendary action. And with a 16, it sees you, Karina. Because it can make a perception check as a legendary action.
Yep.
I like my elves a little more cooked, actually.
I like 'em.
Oh no, if he gets his fire breath back, he might outright kill me.
Let's find out if he
down to
does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah,
Down
definitely.
to 1. I'll go back and give it to you again. It's okay, I don't need 4th level spells.
The dragon,
Heal him.
you see fire burning in his belly again. But he does not breathe fire on you. Instead, you see a shimmer go over him.
From the ethereal plane, I'm just
Yeah, you see. Oh, yeah, you're in the ethereal plane, so you're
I can
seeing
see,
everything in
yeah.
ghost images. You
Uh-huh.
see this dragon, and this just like wave of shimmery magic washes over the dragon.
He's overwhelmed.
And with that, he seems to have a sort of renewed energy and vigor, and he's now going to make his. He's now going to use his frightful presence again. So Karina, actually, do you need to be able to see? I'd assume you wouldn't be able to see it. No, just aware of it. Okay, yeah. So he roars.
That's a
Jules in the ethereal plane.
13.
You're close.
Hey, what's up?
Am I close enough or?
Within 120 feet. Yes. But you
so-
have advantage because of gnome cunning.
23.
Is it a magic? Or is it...
So it's a
Okay,
wisdom
so
save,
that
right?
is-
Yes.
Then 23.
Mark Zuckerberg is
He has no fear.
fearless.
That's soft 20.
Soft 20, that does it, man. You're not afraid of this dragon, Zafrab. Karina?
13.
Karina, you are frightened by this
Yep.
dragon.
I don't want to get burned.
Actually, let me check something. Someone hand me the book.
Which
I'm
one?
an
Oh,
handbook.
where-
I'm gonna check something real quick for reference to possibly help you dudes out since Zoran and Ro are with you, Zafrab.
It doesn't affect him, he already saved.
Alright, you didn't even have to make a save.
Oh.
Zoran and Ro are paladins. You can't be frightened when you're around them.
Oh, there goes right here. Do they have anything that can, help a person not be afraid anymore? A bit of booze, maybe?
I don't take
I
booze
think
no
Ro
more.
has booze on him. He has the can, the bottle.
If
If
he
you want
does.
to sacrifice disadvantage.
Arental will legendary action try to tail whap, but misses.
Arental, you're doing so good.
Don't you get like bonus to saving throws by being paladins as well?
Yeah, the Aura of Protection.
You do, but it's within 10 feet of them.
Oh, okay.
Now it is the good guy's turn. Chief Skulg is gonna run up in bear form and attack this frickin' dragon. And he manages to hit.
Yeah.
So this bear, your uncle Orungandir, just runs up, still in bear form, and just claws.
Like I can feel it.
Does he hit with the other
I
one?
have
No, he
sunscreen
doesn't.
if
Okay.
you want
Oh, yes, please.
He does claw
It's moving.
the dragon. And then
Somebody put it in place.
we'll say legendary action, second tail attack.
Oh,
from Arental. Actually, I did not do the other attacks for the red dragon. That is my bad. I have to go back and do that for
I'm gonna get
fairness.
so fucked up.
Reveal the gas.
Tax.
Oh,
Um,
that's probably it.
Where am I going?
That's
So-
what pays for our infrastructure, you idiot.
What gas?
Now he breathes fire. And I need a... Okay, you're just down. And you come back at 1. Chief Skulg gets knocked out of bear form. And Arental is going to make his save. Okay, that fails. So Arental gets blasted with fire, rippling across his
Yeet.
silver scales.
How's he doing?
Uh,
CS on top.
Yeah,
let's see. Jetmine, okay.
it's already gone.
He's doing a
Yeah.
little bit better than the red dragon.
Hey.
He's doing better than the red dragon,
Alright.
who's been getting the shit kicked out of him.
Has it been a minute already?
It's like,
It has not been
and the
10
red
rounds.
dragon says to Arental, "Soon, all of these lands will be within my territory, fool." And Arental shoots back, "Not if I have anything to say about it.
You're sassy, Joe.
I will take it over your dead body." But I think a lot of this is probably into Draconic.
I can understand.
I can
that.
So yeah, you guys get it.
I'm like,
Dragon Verbal Brawl. Arental is going to see if his cold breath recharges, which it does. But he's got people in the fucking way. I think. So he is going to make his 3 attacks, yes? Yes! Actually, he has... No, he can't do that either.
You know, if you want to keep our roads fixed.
Alright, he manages to hit with his bite.
Arental did?
Yes.
He hit something.
Yeah, the other 2 didn't probably.
They didn't.
Yeah.
It's something.
That means you're in order.
I don't use that email order. That's my 6 billion. It is long time.
So like 20 something damage. Alright. And with that, Arental just like tries to swipe this thing, but his claws just like just don't even manage to scratch through too much of this red dragon's hide. And then he brings his mouth around a bear, and right under where the Bigby's hand is grasping it, just bites this dragon right in the neck. Tearing into him. And now, it is... It would be Mark Zuckerberg, but I believe the Red Dragon has one more legendary action, and he's going to use it to swipe at Arental. And that's another natural 20.
Seriously?
With a tail
Yeah,
attack.
seriously. I can confirm.
Why
Bad guys have all the luck.
Why are you confirming?
Why are you rolling 20s for a bad guy?
So would you like me to give him the option to lie?
No.
I would appreciate it.
I know you would.
I mean, I don't need it. I mean, you
You
can
don't.
see. But yeah, now it is Mark Zuckerberg's turn.
Well, I am going to get out from under him, out from under the dragon, and then attempt to command him to get down from. So I'm going to cast command as a wisdom save.
Okay, what do you say?
I say down.
Alright, wisdom saving
What
throw.
last time?
That is a plus 18.
Fuck!
Damn it.
He
You're
also
just
still
like,
has his
down.
legendary resistances.
So 17 save.
No,
Well,
you down.
his face is already in the dirt. I'm not really not worried about that. No, that's my turn, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
That's
Alright,
another
and
one.
with that,
you can
Please.
heal, Mr. Cleric.
we're back at the top of initiative, and Zorn is sticking close to you and is like, ah, shit. But the others are running around and they're trying to help people where they can.
Just go down
How
one.
much closer can
Oh,
we
I
get?
didn't know that.
Oh no, the death ward wore off.
You
because
get 40
of
feet
the
closer.
Fire breath. I was at 11. I got point blank
Oh,
fire
okay.
breath.
So
I'll,
then
Ba, ba,
what
ba,
I'm
da, da.
gonna do
I'll help
is
you out
I'm
next
gonna
time.
I would appreciate it.
cast Chromatic Orb at 4th level. I'm gonna do cold damage.
Cold damage.
I assume that an 18 doesn't hit.
It doesn't.
I have no feelings.
So you take this diamond that you bargained with that traveling merchant with a few weeks back, and it begins to spin with cold damage in your hand, cold, just frost in your hand, and you set it loose like a angry Beyblade. And the dragon sees it coming, and almost supernaturally fast just moves out of the way of this blast of cold that came for it.
Then I'm gonna crush him again.
Crush him. What does he have to do to get out of that? Does he have to use his action?
It just says that
Yeah, it's
he's
break a grapple.
Yeah,
Okay, he has to ungrapple.
which that is a
Contested strength.
and that's 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, 15 more points of bludgeoning damage. Let's check something real quick. All right, 15 more points of damage. Okay.
To imagine the Draconic just sounds like chickens. They descend, that's how they descended from.
All right. Next up,
Just really deep chicken.
you don't have anything else you can do, I don't believe.
Used up my action, bonus action.
Yeah, you see Betch and Roe running towards the fray. You see Schmiveldorf trying to help people like out from under logs and burnt trees and stuff like that. Things are not good. Next up, Arungandir.
Yeah. What to do? Huh.
You are still frightened.
I know. So.
Great.
I'm gonna take my longbow out. Because I have the.
You do.
I'm gonna take some shots at him. Because what else can I do?
2 attacks with disadvantage as Miss Berrythorn runs away with the young man.
Run, Berrythorn, run! 17. 2.
That doesn't hit. You got a second attack.
Never was good with archery. It's an 11. 13. So, that's going to be a 19. That won't hit.
That does not hit.
Yeah.
Somehow. So yeah, your arrow is racing for this dragon's head, and it just cocks its head at just the right moment, and the arrow goes racing past.
Well, I tried. And then, I'm gonna, you know what? Yeah, that's it for my turn, so I'm gonna try and break out of this scaredy cat feeling. Okay, so that's not bad. That's a 22.
22 will do it. You are no longer frightened.
I'm not afraid of you!
I've only been through about 5 minutes.
Next up, Torvi.
Right. So I'm gonna say to Sigurd, can you make it rain?
Make it rain! This is the wrong book to be looking at spells. What was I doing? I was like, troglodyte? That's not the spell I wanted. Let's look.
Boulette!
Hey.
He says, no, I'm not that powerful.
Okay. Well,
Level?
Yeah, control weather is an 8th level spell.
8th level. Yeah.
alright. Well, then
Cast wetness.
we just
Well, there's like create one.
Moist.
Interface.
I
It's
make
like
moist.
I hand him one of my healer's kits. Oh wait, no, he has cure wounds. What am I doing? Doesn't he have cure wounds?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm like, you go this way, I'll go that way. And
you do so.
How many people are hurt?
You can't get an exact estimate at the moment, but you see 3 within just a quick scan, definitely.
How many people can I get to in a turn?
What are you intending to do?
Like, how many people are, like, down unconscious?
Trying to help people.
You can heal him. Her.
I
Not
don't
with a
have...
healer's kit. Nope.
Triggered.
You can use your action to get one person every turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to somebody who's, like, down unconscious and use my healer's kit on them.
Alright, yeah, you find a person who's pretty beat up but still breathing.
So much honor.
Yeah. What? Wait, seriously?
No.
Joking.
Oh.
And you start patching them up, and you can make a wisdom save at the end of your turn.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
You can do it.
Come on.
You're right.
Next up, no wait, he gets his legendary actions back at the start of his turn. So, Tyler, what does Karina do? You're at 1 hit point, and a mean old dragon just basically burned down the tree you were hiding behind.
Yeah. You're right next to the fucking dragon, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm right next to it. That's
Tickling
no
its
big.
belly.
That ain't no
Yes,
shit.
it is. I'm afraid of it. I can't get closer to it. You have to come to me.
That's fine. I'll go to you.
Okay. I'm gonna. How far are the paladins from me?
They're not close, they're with Zafrab.
How far is he's within 120 feet, right?
He's within 120.
Yeah.
I think he got 40 feet closer, so he's like 80 feet away.
Double dash, just get there.
Okay.
Alright, yeah.
Do you want me to make an acrobatics to get out of the tree?
No, the tree's gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with your regular movement, 30 feet. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can get up to them.
It's 60, then 120.
Yeah, you get, as soon as you get within range of Zoran and Ro, I'm gonna say the fear of the dragon just dissipates.
Cool. Heal me, please.
Road, lay on hands, go.
Jewel, what do you want to do?
You cast Blight again.
Yeah, Jewel pops back into existence.
From behind that tree. Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Alright. That is another 17.
Whoa.
Stop doing that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. I know. I'm just doing the same thing. We keep like beating all our spell saves by 1 point. Really annoying.
Yeah, he hasn't used any legendary resistances yet.
Yeah.
Ooh. I remember when we did Tomb of Horrors, I didn't use any of the legendary resistances for Asarak, and then someone was like, I use Sacred Flame on him, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you! He uses legendary resistance on the cantrip.
Wow.
He's almost dead, he's doing it! Fuck your cantrip!
Oh, right, because Andy cast Sacred
Yeah,
Flame.
Andy cast Sacred Flame, I'm like, no one else has done any things that he could resist, so he's like, fuck you!
Yeah, because he was down.
Fuck Sacred Flame! Legendary resistance, he's got 2 more!
25
Bring it.
points of damage.
25 points of damage, that's already halved?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
rolled 4 8s.
Alright, yeah, this dragon is looking really beat up.
Oh,
Please fly away so we can track you back and get your shit.
Next up, after Jewel, do you blink out of existence?
roll that. No, but I also got a wild magic surge.
Okay! Roll a D100!
Yeah. What do I do?
Roll your D100, let's see what happens.
Lord.
And you know what? Don't, I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't look, I'm gonna tell you what happens.
Okay.
'Cause that's
62.
62. This is fun. Ooh, we get to play with wild magic. 62.
Do I die?
No, you're good.
Okay. Am I blue?
No, you're not blue. Don't worry, you're not blue.
I had the
Or
Wand
fog
of Wonder
plant.
and I turned myself blue once
Amazing.
in my other campaign.
It's like, all right. Do you? Is
Did
that
she
all you
pull
do?
a Zach?
It's not announcing it, something hit it.
Do you do anything? Say anything?
I guess not. I'm still hiding.
All right. Yeah, you're currently crouched behind a tree.
It's kind of panic.
Your
cast.
throat feels kind of weird.
Does your blight do anything?
Huh?
Does-
Blight hurt
no,
it.
No,
Yeah.
not
Blight-
the blight, the fucking blink.
No, I didn't.
Blink does not work.
It's still there, but
It's there.
I just did not display.
Next
My
up,
throat just hurts.
your throat doesn't hurt. It feels a bit weird.
Alright.
Feels magical.
You try and say something. You should try and say something.
Well, technically, she said something to cast.
Oh god.
Joel, no.
Legendary action. He's gonna attempt to wing attack on Arental. Or actually, he can't because it recharges at the start of his turn, and his turn just began. But yeah, this red dragon. His turn begins. Okay, you're not looking at what it does. That's fine. He is going to, as his action. First, let's see if Fire Breath comes back. It does not. But he does make 3. Actually, he is grappled. He's going to attempt to break that grapple.
He still gets his advantage from this, right?
Disadvantage.
What's the range?
Actually, no, 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 dragon.
Alright, I'll say he has that disadvantage, but yeah, go ahead, roll.
Oh,
Nat 20.
So
All
that's
right.
28.
He tries to break out, and he can't, and then he just looks at all these warriors approaching him. He sees that he's clearly, like, outnumbered at the very least. He's taken a lot of gashes. He's like, I will return for you. And then he disappears as he teleports.
Do you counter spell?
You can attempt to.
Oh!
Can you do that for? No, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So counter
The chicken
spell,
just texted
can you
the
find
phone.
exact stuff for it?
It's 10 plus the spell level.
Okay.
Is the
will
DC.
return.
Double spell stat.
Disappears and then comes right
What
back.
do I add to
It's an Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think. Wait, no.
What is it? You trying to counter spell?
Counterspell.
You attempt to, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Okay.
The DC. is
So it's
10
just
plus
an
the spell's
intelligence
level.
ability. It's just an intelligence check.
Okay.
So it's not Arcana.
Amazing.
That's gonna be a 14.
That does not do it. So, he teleports out, and your hand is left there, grasping nothing.
It's worth a check.
We're finding it, right? We're hunting this thing.
Yeah, of course.
And now you are left in the burning forest.
I'm gonna go run over and try and tend to the wounded, as that is my job.
Yeah,
Yeah, can Ro and fucking
they are. They're
Zora
going
do
around
anything?
helping people.
Ro would definitely lay on hands. Just be like, ha!
Thank
That's
you.
what Ro does all the time.
Ro will lay on hands 10 points to you.
And then what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go
I-
make sure
I
people
can
don't
help,
die.
so-
I'm gonna go
So-
use
Alright.
my healer's kits and stuff.
He's at 11. The baby.
And with that, Arungandir, you realize that you're gonna have to spend a while helping rebuild here.
Oh,
Yeah, it's true. So, they're gonna have to do a bunch of great things without me.
I have some things I think we need to do, but I don't think we can fight this dragon without you. So I don't think this is our first thing to do. Even though he's hurt or whatever, I don't.
Well, that's up for you guys to decide. My village using ashes, so it's gonna take a while.
I'm
If
sorry.
you start rebuilding while the dragon's out there, it could just come back and
Yeah,
bring it down again.
we can't leave the dragon around.
And it's
Not to be insensitive, I know your home is in trouble, but the dragon will come back. He wants this land.
That'll be bad.
Fine, let's kill it.
Oh no.
We don't know where it is.
I can find it.
I could attempt a scrying spell tomorrow. Try and find it.
crystal ball.
I can take some drugs and try and find it.
It's your guys' solution to everything now. We're just
Drugs.
gonna drug scry.
I mean, if I can get an actual crystal ball, I could
You know what?
spell scrying.
I think I have some root in my pocket, right?
I think so.
Can I just take a bite? Can I chomp it
You
and
can
see
monetize that ruby.
if I can?
That's not. It's
What?
not meant to be chomped.
Fine.
You need to boil it in some tea, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so to make things go faster,
can
because
do
Jonathan,
water.
you do have to go,
Yeah.
but you guys help tend to the wounded.
You could use some of that energy by
You find the dead. You find who's missing.
By what?
Uh,
Crystal ball.
You spend a lot of your day doing that. Karina, you go check on old Mudfoot, and his hut has burnt down.
Mm-hmm.
But he managed to get out and save his fox kits.
Oh, good.
Your uncle Arungandir Skolg is badly wounded.
Mm.
But most of your people, a lot of your people were able to survive, thankfully. So you all, your healers and those among you who can do so, use basically all your healing on people today. Including you, Arungandir.
Yes,
You
I
do
can.
that.
I can. heal.
So you're just going around healing people, doing what you can. And at the end of the night, you brew some of that tea, that Allure root tea.
Yeah.
Make a con save, which you have a pretty much with your.
I'm pretty good.
You're a
on
fucking barbarian, so there's like a.
con.
It's not a hard check.
For Constitution.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, that's going to be 12. So no.
It might be 12. It might be 14. Let me check. Yeah, it's 14.
I'm just.
So you're poisoned.
I fall asleep.
Yeah,
I would
you're.
like to attempt to drink some tea as well.
I am watching him while he's doing this, just in case.
Okay, yeah, you also imbibe of the tea. Later that day.
There's
I
a
have Hunter's Mark still on the
18
dragon.
That's an 18 plus 3.
Huh?
It's an 18 plus 3.
You
for my con
succeed.
save.
Hunter's mark.
It lasts up to an hour. I know where it went.
Oh, then
That-
let's just go get it.
Let's see.
Because
Hunter's mark. You have advantage on perception and survival checks you make to find it.
Oh, that's right, okay.
It teleported, so it didn't leave a trail.
Right.
That's the thing.
Well, I can burn my spell slot and go up to 3 miles with primeval awareness anyway, so.
While they're
6 miles in
having
forest.
fun with drugs, I'm gonna
What?
spend a short rest.
It's 6 miles in forest.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then shit, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you burn a spell slot to try and detect this dragon. The only one you detect is Arental, who's going around putting out fires. Wherever this dragon went, it was much farther than 6 miles out. You want to attempt to scry the dragon
Yes.
with the drugs. Yeah, you do so, and you see the dragon sitting on a mound of treasure. Presumably its lair. Relaxing, slightly more healed up. Still angry at having to run earlier that day, and having confronted a silver dragon.
Can I like see anywhere around him to get any feel for where he's at?
Let's find out. You see around him a very, very large cave.
No.
Yeah. Told you I was turning this into a campaign rather than just a 3-part adventure. Yeah, a very, very large cave. Like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, so the funny thing about it is that's your thing. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So, like, just impossibly large, like 400 feet wide to a side, you know? Just a giant mound of treasure right in the middle of it that he's laying on. You see just rocks. You see there's like small protrusions in the ground where like smoke comes out of.
Okay.
Volcanic smoke. How much can you see with scrying?
I do not know.
It's only the
Surrounding
direct area around it.
Alright.
You can't like. move it
Yeah,
or
you
anything.
see rocky. We'll see everything else is kind of blurry on the vision, but you see it's sitting on loose coins, gemstones, statues. There's like a brazier and some other like there's like cases full that have things. And you see, yeah, the dragon is pretty much chillaxing in his lair with his belly full of pressed gemstones.
See the dragon in his lair. You all have a powerful wizard friend, right? Couldn't he, in theory, teleport us there?
In theory.
In theory, yeah.
Yes, in theory. I mean,
Well, he's kind of sleeping for a week.
What?
He's very tired.
Mordenkainen's gonna leave the house tomorrow and see that the sky is on fire, and it's gonna be like the Donald Glover thing from Community.
Oh yeah.
He went inside, took a nap, came outside, and everything's gone to shit.
Yeah. How long was I asleep? 2 days. Give or take. What the fuck happened to Dragon?
It should be the next logical course of action once the wounded are all tended to.
just kill the dragon.
As a fun little bit, I'll say at the end of your scrying, you hear the sounds of a boulder being moved. And the dragon begins speaking with someone. In probably common. And it sounds like the voice of a giant.
Oh, of course it does.
Yep.
I speak giant too. Whatever would I be able to like hear what they're saying?
You catch the very beginning. Unfortunately, the scrying from the Allure route only lasts about a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And you are very focused on that, so I will say you do catch the beginning of the conversation, a voice say, "How did things fare in the woods?"
Yep, that was Snur firing a warning shot across our bow.
Delightful.
Very nice.
So unbelievably fucked.
Well, you never know.
Well, I do.
You never know.
We're losing our one true tank.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't think now is the time to go after the dragon.
Right, so you'd want to go after the dragon and Snur at the same time? Because it's near
No.
Snur.
It's about positivity.
Perhaps
I
I'm
think
positive.
I'll also give you this. He addresses the dragon by name when he does so.
Okay, what's his name?
Brazimal.
Okay, we know his name. We know where he lives. Kinda.
he lives in a large cave.
We know he got treasure.
He has a lot of treasure.
So, obviously.
He's further than 6 miles.
Oh no, he's significantly farther than 6 miles away.
It's probably in the land of giants right now.
Oh yeah, he's in Hakam.
Well,
no. I think what we need
let's get ready to
fight
go.
this dragon and to fight Snur,
But I'm gonna rebuild my place, for a
Is-
bit.
we need more recruits.
I mean,
We were not ready today. We're not going to be ready tomorrow.
Not ready for a dragon attack that suddenly happened. You're right, we weren't.
He's running. He was
we need an
afraid.
army to fight a dragon is the problem.
Exactly.
Okay, find an army.
We
That's-
will.
We got 9 people in our army so far.
What we have to do is find a graveyard, and then we have to find a necromancer.
20 years in the future.
I can raise dead if we have enough bodies.
Oh my god.
I look
Although
behind me,
wasted
That's a
is-
healing
yeah,
spell. That's not an actual
That's
necromancer.
resurrection.
Yeah, that's,
Although a body is needed for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, you got him there.
So. Arangandir,
Yes,
go help your village.
that's what I plan on doing.
We'll find a way to
What about
find more recruits.
that
Well-
stop and shop? There are a lot of people there. Some of them might be warriors.
You might as well.
Yeah, friends.
You could ask. I don't know, they probably all left when they saw the giant dragon.
Yeah, probably.
That's a hunch, though. So I'm gonna get up and I'm just gonna walk to my village with my people.
Yep. You walk to where your people are currently staying. They've set up some temporary shelter in some caves. And others are staying where they can in places that weren't burnt down, like Mrs. Berrythorn's house. And with that,
I just got
I take my exit.
Arangandir pieces out for a bit.
Goodbye.
Put
Hey,
you out on a
everybody.
high note.
It was crazy, guys. Did a level up? No, I don't think I did.
No.
I'll think about it.
I was brave, though.
Alright.
Alright.
See ya, buddy.
Bye.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Bye, guys.
See you, Jonathan.
See ya.